This is going to be one of the hardest videos I have ever had to make. If you guys have been around here since the beginning, if you guys have been following the channel since the beginning, you probably remember my first video. It was going over my attendance of a protest over the whole George Floyd thing. And I feel like a lot of you are going to look at this as a betrayal. And I don't blame you. Like, I get it. Because I agree with a lot of things on the left. But there's also a lot of things I agree with the right about. And I'm going to talk about it a bit more in this video. But the first video of mine, it made me really think about power and the power imbalances. And it's like, which side do I want to be on? The side that has all the power or the side that has no power? Maybe, and that started to make me think about winners and losers. And I've been thinking about this for a minute now. It's like, why is it that Republicans and conservatives and people who vote Republican, why are they all such winners? They seem to have a lot of money. They seem to have luxurious lifestyles and happy families and whatnot. It's just like, I want that. That seems nice, you know? And it started to make me think more about, like, the left doesn't have that. Where's all the money at on the left? And like, even separate from the Democrats too, because the Democrats seem to just not care about being winners or anything like that. And so I got to thinking more, and it's just like, well, people who have a lot of money, most of them are men. Yet men seem to be so disregarded in this society, especially on the left. I think a lot of men vote Republican because they want to feel like winners. I want to feel like a winner. I want money. And so you see a lot of these conservative outlets and conservative personalities and how much money they rake in. You know, the Ben Shapiro's, the Tim Pools, the Steven Crowders. Sorry, my phone's slipping here because it's a communist, I guess. I want to be seen as a conformist. I want to conform to these people. You know, even if it means taking like hundreds of thousands of dollars from some Russian guy, I don't mind, like, being like a Tim Pool or a Lauren Chen or Benny Johnson or something like that. Like, having a lot of money sounds cool, and it got me thinking more. It's like, all this is starting to just click for me. Like, these are all alphas because they win. These are alpha men. And alphas impress other men to fit in, and that's what I want to do. And so I started thinking, like, okay, well, what do these alphas say? And I think of people like Ben Shapiro. He says empathy is stupid, empathy is for losers, and empathy should not drive your politics. I even have an old video about it on my channel. And, you know, I think he's right, because the left is weak. It's mostly whiny women and empathetic people. And, like, politicians aren't rich due to empathy. These millionaire pundits and whatnot, these millionaire anchors and media figures, they're not rich due to empathy. They're self-serving. They care about putting themselves first. And it's like, maybe that's the secret to being rich and having power. And so many more things started clicking for me, more and more and more. Like, it made me realize, like, morals and ethics, they're just for losers. Like, if you're being deported, or you're being bombed by the U.S. or people who we supply bombs to, just like, I mean, get over it. Like, I can't, like, empathizing with you and your plight and your misery. It just distracts me from myself, because I should be thinking about myself and enriching myself and gaining more power. And another thing about the left is, like, they're anti-war, and that makes sense. You don't want to, like, join a war, because wars are genuinely really bad. But it's like, also, wars are, like, super super cool. Like, big explosions and firefights and whatnot. It's like, it's quite a spectacle. I think I've always thought it was really cool since I was a little kid. I also think guns are cool. I mean, who doesn't think guns are cool? But then you think about, like, well, who usually owns guns? And it's like, usually people who want to shoot other people own guns. And I don't own a gun, but, like, if I did, it's like, who would I shoot? Would it be criminals? Would it be people trying to rob me? But it's like, that never happens to me. So it's like, what excuse can I have to use my gun if I have one? Because I don't. But then I thought about Donald Trump, our president, our duly elected president, currently in his second term. He's been saying that the borders have been open for a long time and immigrants have been invading this country. He's been saying this for years and years and years now. And I was thinking, like, if he's been saying this for so often, it must be true, right? So, like, this is happening. This is actually happening because he said so, like, so many times now. And, like, I've never really had any issues with immigrants, other than the fact that, like, I mean, I can't understand the languages they speak. So it's like, speak English for one. Like, if you're gonna be here, come on, so I can understand the things that you're saying. And also, it's like, you're not really supposed to say this, otherwise you might get canceled. And I don't want to contribute to cancel culture, but I think people with skin that is darker than mine are scary, and they should go away. And also, Trump is really funny. Like, I just want to throw that out there. Not throwing out my support for the guy, even though I think all Americans should support the president no matter what. But he's really funny. I think he's going to save all of us, because he's actually really smart too. And it's his second term, and now he's taken off the belt. Daddy's home, so I think all of us need to beware. But ultimately, yeah, like, I'm probably going to be renaming this channel to Real Patriot, because I think I've finally seen the light. I've taken the red pill, as it were. And I know this is going to upset a whole lot of people, and I totally get it, but I'm tired of being a loser. I want to be an alpha, so that way I can be friends with other alpha men and impress strangers I don't know. I think that would be very fruitful, especially getting into the podcast space, and maybe girls will like me. I mean, because if I'm tough and cool, not only will girls like me, but I'll fit in with the other alpha guys, because they seem to have a good idea of what it means to be alpha, and they tend to hype up conservatives all the time instead of weak lefties and Democrats. And, like, it makes sense now, because conservatives are winners. So I hope I get funded You know, it'd be nice to be making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and just saying whatever I need to say, because the conservatives are in power right now. Republicans are in power, and so it's like, why not join them? You know, it's something I've been thinking about a long time. I know it's going to upset a lot of you, but I mean, you got to put yourself first. You know, in a society like this, you know, this country was founded on capitalist ideas, and you know, like might makes right. So that's just going to be my future from now on. I guess we'll talk about it more during the show tonight, but this is why I'm leaving the left.